My name is Winnie Itago, and I'm the head chair for African Union this year, and my vice chairs are Zoe and Joseph. So my first topic is on volatile political systems and the role of the AU in establishing democracies. And then the second one is on the state of agriculture and food security on the continent. So I chose the AU. First of all, it's been a while since AU has been in BMUN as a committee, and I thought it's important to have a space where we can discuss African issues and have African head of states being represented within BMUN specifically. And so I thought this is why I chose to have the AU. And the African Union in itself, it has a lot of power to issue directives to the Commission regarding wars, regarding whether it's increasing funding for food security and projects. So there's a lot of power that the African Union has. And I specifically chose the first topic because since independence, lots of African countries have been in turmoil, specifically with regards to democracy. So, and then when you look recently, like South Sudan and Burundi, there have been problems in establishing their democracies and just changing the constitution to enable the presidents to have a longer term. And so I thought it would be important for my delegates to come and discuss how can they either stop that from happening or just see what's the way forward for African countries in terms of democracy. And then for food security, I think it's a pertinent issue on the continent and also in the world, just because by 2050, Africa will have 2 billion people. And right now, a quarter of the world's poor, a quarter of the world's hungry people are in sub-Saharan Africa. So it's very important to discuss food security, not just for now, but also for the future. And that's why I also chose the second topic. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's very interesting in that I want my delegates to first act. I'll have them be the heads of state and the representatives of the foreign Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So I would really like my delegates to personify the presidents, the heads of state. Since if you actually look at news around Africa and the kinds of statements that heads of state make, you'd find that there's such diversity and also divergent opinions on different issues. So you'd find someone like the president of Zimbabwe, Robert Mugabe, would be completely against the US being involved in anything on the continent. Then you maybe find others who are maybe in Ghana, the president would be no, let the US come into our continent and help us, So I would really have to have such divergent and personified views on my committee. And I think it's almost like drama, but then it's also very important because it's political. And I think that's one of the most important parts of my committee. I think also with the crisis that I'm going to be preparing with my vice chairs, that's going to present an opportunity for the delegates to see how hard and difficult it is for different heads of state to come into consensus. And that's something that I'm looking forward to for my committee. For research, I would definitely suggest that you go through the African Union website. A lot of this documents that are written there specifically around the AU Charter, the procedure for the assembly, and also what else? Yeah, basically all the documents, not all of them, just specifically regarding our topics on democracy and on food security. So you'll find documents like the Malabo Declaration or the CAADP, which are very important for our topics and which we've included in our topic synopsis, but it would also be very important for you to look at how the documents are laid out and how your countries have adopted any of the policies that are in those documents. So definitely look at the AU documents, look at your country policies regarding democracy and relationship with other African countries around you, and also the relationship with other international bodies like the ICC, because that's one thing that we're also going to discuss in our first topic. Also, definitely look at how press releases from your countries and from your Ministry of Foreign Affairs and your presidents. Just take like maybe 30 minutes or so a week and just look at how your president talks, or how the kind of statements that they make, so that we can have that kind of rich discussion that embodies what actually happens on the continent. I'm hella excited.